It is a pretty hot late summer afternoon here in the South Bay as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. First down, here's Mitchell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. We know turnover margin always key, going to be really key in this one, and to force an opening drive turnover, that's huge.
It is, and you know something? There's one coach on every team that weighs in at the worst possible time, right? And this is bad. He just fumbled the football. Can't you just hear him right now? Son, you messed it up for everyone on that one. Messed up our offense, and now you put our defense in a bad spot.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test it. But that time, they were up to the challenge.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Locke. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Lance looking to throw it. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They run over center with Mitchell. Oh, he bowls over it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing now is Lance. Right side, and he finds Gray. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
San Francisco's offense is built largely on speed, and Danny Gray, he's got plenty of it. A legit 4-3 guy who can burn defenders with the ball in his hands. He can catch it short and turn it into a long play. And as quick as he is, the 49ers will get the ball to him plenty, as they just did there for a first down.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Niners at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
From the gun, it's Lance. And this pass caught by Gray. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Here's Lance. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Danny Gray with his first career NFL touchdown. And the 49ers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. From the 6. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet. and say, this is what the problem is? Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Walker. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, Locke sliding out of the pocket. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They fake the handoff. Now Locke.
And that's going to be caught. Dwayne Eskridge.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Give him 30 yards there.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Walker will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. Locke's going to sneak it. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down.
Almost want to go Shakespeare here. My kingdom for a yard. Quarterback sneak, nothing doing.
Better be careful. Shakespeare might sue you.
Yeah, he might come get me, right? Good luck with that, Bard.
The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run, Walker. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Myers' kick is good.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper.
Running left, here's Mitchell.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Right back to Mitchell here. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40.
Lance finding Ayuk there for a Niner first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. That's complete, left side to Gray. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Back to the ground here, Mitchell.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll try and run for it with Penny, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny,
his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year, and the Seahawks have taken the lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and the lead is now 10-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here we go. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he's got room. Walker hit and the ball is out.
And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And they had just...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
To throw it is Locke.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
2nd and 6 from the 10. Block now to throw.
And it's incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you can almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Throwing now is Locke.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march the... Lance throws the interception, his 3rd.
Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. But now if they wanted to, they could move the ball up to the 1 and go for 2.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because normally the ball's at the 2 when you go for 2. But if they wanted now, enforce the penalty to the 1. But if they wanted to kick it, right, don't they just move it up?
Yeah, just move it up to the 10.
Right, move it up to the 10 if they still wanted to kick it.
Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
49ers 7.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10.
Lance going back to the air after the pick 6. And Kittle catching the slant.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Shotgun now for Lance.
It's caught. Mitchell. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From midfield, here's Lance. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Clock now on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And now here's another interception. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On second down, it's Walker. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. Give him 11 yards and time and a new set of downs.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
On the handoff, Mitchell. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try to get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 63 yards rushing for him now to this point. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are able to cut into that deficit. Gold with the extra point, and the lead down to 10, 24-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
From the gun, it's Walker. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game. Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. Walker now on 1st and 10. He'll take this to the 46.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Locke. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there's a 49er who's in some discomfort. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Locke to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Locke. He'll find Eskridge here complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They look to throw. It's Locke. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant from 21 yards away. And the Seahawks are on their way to a 2-0 start. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Hurry, hurry!
Throwing on first down is Lance. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Mitchell. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, 49ers. Ray McCloud, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Niners have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a 1-score game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think
he's got a man complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. For Drew Lock coming out of Missouri, the one thing that scouts they loved was his arm strength, and we see why there. Lock now on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now Lock. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And this offense on 3rd down today, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 10. He'll buy some time right. And it's complete to Mitchell. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Over the middle, and he's got Gray. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Ready, set. Ready.
On 1st down, Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Lance now on 1st down. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
So when your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. So their move is to decline that so they don't get another second down. It'll be third.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their third down defense, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's a sub package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on third down.
And going right back to Walker. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you?
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks have just about sewn up this football game. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So